Hi everyone, welcome to another video of Sunday Morning Drives. Today I'm driving the Range Rover Velar. This is a mid-sized luxury SUV. This particular model is the P400e, which is a plug-in hybrid model. This car has a 19.2 kilowatt-hour battery pack that allows this car to drive in pure EV mode for a claimed 64 kilometers. In terms of powertrain, this car has a 2-liter petrol engine that is paired up with a single motor. The combined power output is around 400 horsepower and 640 newton-meters of torque. And the 0 to 100 claimed time is around 5.4 seconds. So it's a pretty powerful car. This car also comes with a 4-wheel drive system. It has a transfer case in the front that is controlled electronically. The 4-wheel drive system is actually quite smart in this car. It distributes the torque that's required depending on your traction and condition to the front wheels and rear wheels. The Range Rover Velar has a very smooth and sleek design, and it looks very good from all angles. The front lights, they are LED and comes with a very distinctive and very nice looking daytime running light. The tire sizes of this car are 265, 45, and these rims are R21, 21-inch rims. The side profile of the Velar looks very sleek, and I especially like the two-tone design of the roof. It gives this car a lot of contrast and makes the car looks lighter than it is. There is also keyless entry. There's a little button here. You can press it to lock the car and press it again to unlock the car. At the back of the car, we have LED tail lights with the Range Rover badge right in the center. There are no visible exhaust pipes that's coming out from the back of the car. The actual exhaust outlet is actually hidden underneath the car. The rear tailgate door is operated electronically. And once opened, we can see there is a pretty flat and quite large trunk space. There's no lip, which is very good for you to lift up and push in heavy things. The capacity of the boot space is around 620 cubic liters. There are a couple of hooks you can push out and a 12-volt socket. Moving inside the interior of the Velar, to be honest, I'm a little disappointed with the interior quality and material used. Being a luxury SUV, I have expected everything to be a bit more premium, but instead there is a lot of plastics around the interior. So all these areas are all plastic. On the door card, this is a soft touch material. I'm not sure what exactly this is, but it feels like a synthetic material. It's not leather. The only leather bits are these seats. These seats are covered in leather, and everything else is either plastic or this synthetic material. The multi-function steering wheel looks pretty good. It's fully rounded. On the left-hand side, this controls your music, track forward and back, your voice control, your volume, your programmable button, your phone pickup. And this button here, once you press, I like that. This becomes like an arrow up and down, left and right, that controls your screen. So you can actually go up and down and left and right to choose the information you want to show on the screen in front of you. On the right hand side, this is the cruise control buttons. You have your cancel, your set, your resume, your lane keep assist, your distance from the front car, and your speed limit, and this is steering wheel heating. There are also a few display layouts you can choose from. Personally, I think the one dial setup layout looks the best. These front seats, they are fairly comfortable, very plush and quite soft, but they lack a bit of side bolstering though. But the good thing is these seats comes with electrically assisted adjustments. There are 3 memory settings for the driver's seat only. In the center here we have wireless charging and a little tray here for your keys. This is the drive select, your parking, your cup holders, and there are a couple of openings you can open on either side with a decent sized storage area with charging ports. This car comes standard with a very large roof window. You can open it up, there is a blind, and the sunroof brings a lot of light into the interior. In the center here we have the infotainment screen. One thing I liked about the infotainment screen is it's slightly curved, as you can see from the side, so it's easier to touch, to use, so that's a very nice detail. Inside the menu, at the home page, there are tabs that you can get access to very quickly. You also have shortcuts to your drive modes. On both sides, these are to control your AC, your volume, your camera, your basic settings, your drive modes, and some quick access buttons to your defrost and your navigation, your music. This button here is to access all the different apps. And this car comes with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is very handy. You also have different drive modes in this car, and you have dynamic mode, which is almost like a sport mode, your comfort mode, your eco mode, and this car also comes with a lot of off-road modes. This car has a very smart four-wheel drive system, and it has a very good four-wheel drive off-road capability as well. So it does have comfort, grass, gravel, mud, and sand. There is also four-wheel drive information that you can see, your diff lock, your different angles, your altitude, your bearing. So this is very cool. I mean, Range Rovers are known for its four-wheel drive capabilities. The weight sensing mode actually senses the water that you can go into, where you can wade into. So the maximum is around 0.55 meters. So this is, again, a very useful information if you are wading through water. I also really like the backup camera that this car has. It obviously has the 360 camera, and also it shows you a 3D view of the car, and it's really clear, and it's a very good way to look at what's around you when you are parking or through tight spaces. A off-road mode for your camera, so you can see what's in front of you, around your wheels, your front wheels. This button here also shows you what's underneath the car. There is a button here that shows you the vehicle dimensions, which is also quite nice. It's almost 5 meters long and 2.15 meters wide, including the side mirrors. The rear passenger space of the Velar is very generous, with a lot of headroom and also very good legroom as well. This is my sitting position in the front. As you can see, there is still a lot of space. There are pockets behind the seats. There is also a separate control panel for your AC. There are ISOFIXes at the back for both seats. And you can pull this central armrest down, and there are cup holders in the center. It's interesting also, there are a couple of USB charging ports once you pull this armrest down. The door card at the back, again, these are plastic material, synthetic material, these are plastic, and plastic here, but this door bin is actually quite large, which is very good. Okay, let's go drive the Velar. So this is a mid-sized luxury SUV. It's larger than the Evoque and smaller than the Range Rover Sport. The first impression I have with this car is the sound deadening and the insulation this car has. It's very amazing. It buffers you from the outside completely. You don't really hear much of the exterior noise, and even the road noise and the tire noise are filtered out. So this car drives very quietly, especially in EV mode, and this car is a very quiet ride. Another thing to mention is the suspension setup of this car feels really premium. It's a very comfortable ride and also rides over bumps and imperfections on the road really well. Right now I'm in comfort mode with the hybrid feature. So the car will drive in pure EV mode if there is electricity in the battery pack. The 2-liter petrol engine will only fire up when the battery is depleted. This means this car is very fuel efficient. The claimed efficiency for this car is around 2.2 liters of petrol per 100 kilometers. The Range Rover Velar also comes with a very smart four-wheel drive system. It has an electronically controlled transfer case in the front that allows different torque to be transferred to the front wheels or the back wheels or all four wheels to make sure it always has good traction in different kind of conditions. Especially driving today when it's raining, when the road is greasy and slippery, this four-wheel drive system will make you feel much safer when you are accelerating or driving in very wet conditions. The visibility of this car is also very good. It has very large glass areas which allow you to see out really clearly and brings a lot of light into the cabin, especially with this very large sunroof on the top. You also sit very high above the ground, so you have this very commanding and very high up position. Once I turn into dynamic mode, the throttle response becomes a little bit sharper, and also the ICE engine, the 2-liter engine, will fire up if you press down the gas pedal a little bit deeper. And you can hear the engine noise and a little bit of exhaust noise as well to make this car feel a tiny bit more exciting to drive. But I don't think this car comes with any adaptive suspension, so the ride quality stays the same. And because this car is a large car, a heavy car, and a very tall car as well, so you do get quite a bit of body roll when you are cornering. So although this car feels very premium in terms of its ride quality, but in terms of sportiness, I don't think this car has a lot of the sporty DNA built into this chassis. In terms of power delivery, this car has plenty of power. It does have a combined 400 horsepower and 640 Newton meters of torque. So this car does not lack any power at all. Once you step on it, it does go really quickly and goes really well. And in terms of throttle response as well, I'm quite surprised that this car's throttle response is actually quite decent. And I think because of the electric motor assisting the petrol engine as well, the power delivery of this car is quite linear and very torquey. And it feels really powerful and effortless when you are either overtaking or taking off from a standing start. There is also an eco mode, which makes the throttle response really lazy. So the point of having this mode is to make this car as fuel efficient as possible. There is a great information screen that you can access that shows you while you are driving what mode you are in and also what the car is doing. For example, right now, the ICE engine, the 2-liter engine, is activated because I'm out of battery. Once I lift off the throttle, you can see that the car is charging the battery. Once the battery is charged, It will also show you that the car is driving on EV mode. Also, a couple things that I wish they could have included in the car. When the price range is around 150,000 New Zealand dollars, I think they should have included the heads-up display and also ventilated seats for the front passengers. I think these are quite crucial features for a luxury SUV like this. I'm also quite surprised there's no memory settings for the front passenger seats, which is a pretty standard feature these days for luxury cars. So overall, what do I think of the Range Rover Velar? I think this is a good luxury midsize SUV, but priced at 150,000 New Zealand dollars. I wish they could have done the interior a little bit better. The interior is less premium than I expected. I would have wished they would have used more leather surfaces instead of these plastic bits and pieces. But the car is very practical, it has good size, and it drives really well. It has this very solid and premium driving feel. And the car also is very fuel efficient. For the 3 days I've been driving this car, as long as I keep on charging the batteries at home, then I basically do not need to use any fuel at all, making this car almost like a pure EV. If you are just porting around town and doing your daily stuff in short distances, then this car is very super fuel efficient. And I do like the looks of this car as well. I think the design of all the Range Rovers look very slick and has this very unique presence to it. So if you are looking for something that looks great, drives well, and feels quite premium as a family SUV, then do give this car a test drive. Hope you enjoyed this video of the Range Rover Velar. Hope to see you again in our next video.